Welcome to another episode of Am I the A-Hole? Am I the a-hole for asking my husband if we could stop bumping uglies on our honeymoon? Whew, that guy is screwed in the long term. We got married 2 weeks ago at our beautiful wedding with all our friends and family. We dated and were engaged for 3 years before our wedding. The entire time we've never had sex because I was saving myself for marriage. My husband was open and honest that he wasn't and hadn't, but he was willing to do it in our relationship. Well, you see, there you go. There you go, bro. You see, I don't even understand how that could even work out. Like, are you sure this guy never had anything on the side? If bro already experienced like intercourse, I don't understand how he could abstain for 3 years. Not as like as a guy, okay? You know, but that's just hard to imagine. Like, I don't know, maybe he's God's gift. Who knows? Maybe he's true blue, as Maury would say. But this man was allegedly like totally fine with not doing it for 3 years to be with this girl. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. But I don't know. That's pretty unrealistic, to be honest. Anyway, so on our wedding night and all the following nights about 2 days ago, we've been sleeping together and everything would be fine except for it's extremely painful. What did you think? Okay, like a lot of Christian people. Hold on. I'm Christian, by the way. All the way. A lot of Christian people like expect the first like honeymoon night, like the first time they ever have sex, to be like super duper romantic and slow and cute or whatever. The first time a woman has sex, like she's going somewhere she's never been before, something her body has never experienced in her entire life. Why do you think they call it popping your cherry? Like, there's blood, dude. You're breaking your hymen. So don't expect from some slow fairy tale thing, because for a virgin woman, intercourse is not going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be very painful, and she's going to have to do it a couple times before she can actually enjoy it. I can't speak for all women, obviously. Penetration specifically is literally painstaking. It burns almost, but it's also like cramps in my lower tummy area and my back. It's so horrible. It hurts to the point that I was crying. Just last week. My husband asked me why, and I realized it was the pain, but I also felt so disappointing. So I finally said, like 2 days ago, I told him we have to stop. It's so painful and not fun for me. I'm worried that there is something like mechanically wrong for me. No, most girls, but see your gynecologist, you know. You can't go wrong with that. My husband was so annoyed. Yeah, but I expected that. I don't really blame him. I do feel horrible. Don't feel bad. Should I just push through it? Am I the a-hole? Okay, so don't push through it because something could actually be wrong. Just see your gynecologist. Let him or her know that like this is your first time. And they will probably say that, yeah, it's just because it's your first time. Like, you'll get used to it. Or it could be something actually wrong with you, in which case you should stop and solve that problem, you know. Am I the a-hole for not letting my sister's kids eat my special cookies? Okay, so apparently this is a recipe that her dead dad gave her or some shit, like who cares? I have a special recipe for chocolate chip cookies that I only make once a year for myself. I put a lot of time and effort into these cookies, and it's a big deal for me to have them to myself. I usually make a batch and keep them hidden in a container. Last week, my sister and her kids came over for a visit. They're 6 and 4. My sister is always welcome, but her kids are very energetic and sometimes a bit too curious for my case. While they were here, I noticed that my special cookie container was missing. I asked my sister about it, and she admitted that her kids found the cookies and ate them all.
Fuck them kids, bro.
I was upset because I've been looking forward to those cookies for a long time. Why? Just eat the damn cookies. I told my sister that I was really disappointed and I would appreciate it if she would make sure her kids didn't take things that weren't hers. She apologized, and yeah. Okay, I mean, you are the a-hole. They're just kids, okay? Yeah, sure, it was your dad's special recipe. Blah, blah, blah. You do it once a year.
Who?
A lot of people.
Who cares? Just make a new batch and eat those, okay? Well, it's not like your whole cookie ritual, it's not like the kids knew about it and took them anyway. They're 6 and 4 goddamn years old, okay? Maybe the mom wasn't like aware of every little thing that her kids are doing, what they're putting in their mouth. Yeah, maybe she should get on top of that, but it's kids eating cookies they found. If a kid finds a cookie, they're gonna eat it. Are you mad? What are you gonna do? The mom said sorry. I'm sure she made the kids apologize. If she didn't, they're kids. So, it's whatever. Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my girlfriend because she refuses to do things she did with her exes? No. I'm not even gonna read the rest because like I'm a big believer in there is 8 billion people on the face of this earth, and if you don't want to date one of them, then go ahead and let them go. If there's something that somebody isn't giving you or something they can't give you, let them go, okay? Like, let them go easy, all right? Like, I'm not saying like break them up, oh blah blah, yeah, I'm breaking you up with you because you don't have enough money for me or blah 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 or whatever it is. But like, everyone has something they want out of their partner, and whether it be shallow or beautiful, that's just their decision. You can't force anyone to date somebody else. And if this guy wanted to do some of the things that his girlfriend was doing with her exes and she was denying him that, then honestly it's fair that he just lets her go. And same if it was vice versa, honestly. So yeah, he's not a jerk. Maybe a little shallow, but not a jerk. So this one says, am I the a-hole for telling a single mother of 4 she has to replace 2 fake swords her children broke? What a sigma, bro. What a sigma. Rent's going up next week. Rent's going up next week. Oh god. That's mean. Nobody cares about your swords, bro. But also, if her kids broke something, then she has to pay for it. Like, no questions asked. You weren't there when she was getting 4 different times, so why should you be there for her and give her fatherless kids a freebie when they break something? I'm reading like more of this, and like these kids are a nightmare. Like they're peeing on the carpet, leaving food under the beds, and like they're crying and they have like no one to discipline them, blah blah blah. They'll scream at you, and no. It says when she tries to discipline the single mother's kids, then the single mother yells at her. By the way, the single mother is like living with her, so that's crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, I mean, honestly, make her pay for it, bro. Make her pay for it. Like, no sympathy for single mothers unless their partner died or a billion other circumstances. But like the average ones that are just like they got around a little like 4 different times and now they're facing the consequences. Yeah, good luck with all that.
Bitch better have my money.
Alright, last one probably. Am I the a-hole for being mad about my wife happily telling me about other men? Probably not, but let's read this thing. My wife and I have been married 10 years, multiple school-aged children. What does that mean? High school? College? Probably college. Lately, my wife has had more free time as the kids have grown older, and she has definitely been putting a lot more effort into her appearance. I'm happy for her. That's nice. After staying home with our kids, she definitely deserves to put herself first once in a while. One thing I've noticed though is that when she goes out with her friends lately, she dresses in very revealing clothes. Tiny shorts, tank tops, full makeup, etc. The last 2 times I picked her up, she told me about the ego boost she got from all the male attention she received. The last time especially, as she went to a well-known beach. We live in the big West Coast city. She proceeded to tell me about the large number of guys who stared at her or tried talking to her, and her friend had to remind her that she was still married or blah blah blah. Am I overreacting by not enjoying my wife telling me about all these random men hitting on her? Don't get me wrong, I'm glad she's confident, but I'd rather just not know. No, definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not. You need to get your wife, bro. You need to get your wife. Like,
somebody get that dog, man! Don't get this dog, man. They've called the dog owners in to get the dog. Leland's hood is
this guy clearly, he's letting too much stuff go, and I'm sure that like the reason he's doing this is just because that's how the relationship has always been. Like maybe back in college or whenever they met, she was doing stuff like this and the kids put her life on pause for a while, which is like what usually happens with kids, and she hasn't been able to do it, and she started to again now, and he's, you know, he doesn't like that so much because it's something that used to happen but now it's new again. So yeah, it's not so much a big deal when you're dating someone, but once you marry somebody, like that's real. Okay, marriage is real. So yeah, definitely not the a-hole, but yeah, you need to get your wife, honestly. I would like maybe tell her that it's not okay. I don't even know what to do at this point, because like I don't think I would even let it get to this point. Like I'm not marrying the type of person, I don't want to marry the type of person that like thinks that that is okay, and he has multiple kids with him. So
Thank you, but now that the truth is out, Velma and Norval can look after their daughter themselves.
Like hell we can. I mean, of course. How hard can watching it be? Right, Norval? Norval?
yeah, I don't even know what to do in this situation other than like, because if it was a girlfriend, then I would give her a warning, and then if it happened again, like I'm out. And that's a good thing about having a girlfriend, is that like a breakup isn't as messy as multiple kids and your funds tied up together. So yeah, make sure you marry the right person, guys, or else you're gonna end up like this dude. And that'll basically mark the end of part 2 of Am I the A-hole, you know? This time, it was a femboy. It was a femboy.
And if the spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead is living in you, he who raised Christ from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies to the spirit who lives in you. Romans chapter 8 verse 11.